On the start of, I usually start off with a Maisa. These Maisim are Negeya to the parasha somewhat, but it's Negeya really in general. There's a Maisa with Reb Zundel. His name is Reb Zundel Hatamim. He was a water carrier. I'm telling the story of a Bekitza. The Bekitza story is that he had a friend Ivan, and he had a deal with Ivan that Ivan would carry all the water on Shabbos, and he would go light all the ovens of the Yidden, and and Reb Zundel would carry all the water for the Goyim on Sunday, because that's when they kept their day of rest. One day, Ivan asks Zundel, he says, "You believe in Mashiach? Mashiach is going to come." He said, "Mashiach is going to come, I'm going to be out of work." Right? Because it's going to be, I'm not going to be able to work. You know, if everybody's going to become a Yisrael, so I can't do any jobs. What am I going to do? So anyways, so Reb Zundel didn't have an answer for him, because also all the Goyim are going to be Megayer, because they're going to see the godless of Klai, so they're all going to want to be Megayer, so there's going to be no work for him. What's he going to do? So he was going crazy with this shadow. This Reb Zundel didn't know what to do, so he asked his wife, and she didn't know the answer. He went around, he asked a bunch of people, what's going to be? So he went to the Rav, and he told him, it says in the Pasuk, he says, "V'hoya or halavana ka'or hachama, or hachama yiyeh shivasayim ka'or shivas hayamim, b'yoyim chavash Hashem es shever imay umachatz makos hayirpeh." Meaning what? That the or halavana will be like or hachama. Means there's not going to be any day, and there's not going to be any night, and you're never going to need to light an oven again, because everything will be fine. You'll have your water, you'll have your oven, so therefore you don't have to worry about being out of a job. There won't be a need for it. So you won't need a job, so you won't have to do anything. So, in other words, it'll come to a point where it'll be Shabbos Menucha L'chaya Olamim, right? That's really Ma'aseh Mashiach. It'll be like Yom Shekulei Shabbos. Okay? It says in the pasuk, just as a shtickle mashal, it says Vayera Elov Hashem Be'elonei Mamrei, right? So two things you see from there. I'm saying the Maisa doesn't have that much to do, but it's just showing you that Maisa Mashiach, right? That it's going to be Maisa Chama Min Artika. Everything will be Yom Shekulei Shabbos. The sun will shine all day long. There will be no such thing as night. It'll be Kulei Toiv, nothing to worry. And you see it also, this week's Pasha, it says, Vayeri Elef Hashem Be'eloinei. Eloinei is Gematria, Elon is Gematria Havaya Adnus 91, right? Which is also Gematria Amen. And it says, Be'eloinei. In other words, Eloinei, Aleph Lamed, Yud Nun, which is Elon, is a combination of Havaya and Adnos, and Havaya and Adnos is Eloine. What does it say? Be'eloine? Is Meram is the two Shemos that are in Elon, Eloine. So, it's coming to tell you that this is Befrat for Bali Tshuva, who are going to come back, that even Ha'aretz is that he comes back, so he'll be able to go back to the beginning. And that's what the Amen is. Amen is going back everything over from the beginning. So that's why Vayeri Elef Hashem Be'elonei Mamrei. And that's how this Reb Zundel was able to answer the other water carrier. Not a great story, but good enough. So then I'll tell you another story. And so maybe it'll be a kapara for the first story. And this story is with the Ari'Zal, Ashi Bal Tshuva. So you say the Ari'Zal, so that already you could get a little bit closer. So before I say any titles, I'm just going to say over this Maisa. What? What does it mean when you say Amen? It's like you're getting the whole bracha, right? You're getting schar for the whole bracha when you say Amen, right? So it's as if the bracha was made again. Ask Ira. Okay. There's a Maisa that a big usher came to the Ari'Zal. He says, I know that you're a Navi, and I know that you know what's going on in every person. And so he says, tell me something that I could do, or that you tell me something about me, and then I'll do tshuva. Like, I don't know if it doesn't say if he was a bad guy or a good guy, but it says, if you could tell me about myself, then I'll be chayzer b'tshuva, a tshuva shalema. And so the Ari'Zal told him, he says, I know everything about you from the day you were born till today. I know everything that you did. And I know that you did an Aveira, that you were Boil Shivcha, and and you did Aveiris. You were Boil your Shivcha. So the guy denied it. He said, not true, Chas v'shalom, nothing else. So Ari'Zal said it's 100% true. So he brought the Shivcha. He showed him to the Ashir. So the guy basically chalished. He sees this shifcha coming to say, yeah, he did it. He did Aver. So then the Ashir got down on his knees and he's crying. He says to the Ari'Zal, tell me what I have to do to do tshuva. I'll do anything you say. So he says, by us, if somebody be'ilas hasurus as a chiyuv sreifa. So the guy said, okay, fine. Here's the money. We'll go by the woods and I'll get burnt. The Ari'Zal told him, no, that's not how we do it. We take hot lead and we pour it down a person's throat. He says, go and buy hot lead and we'll heat it up and we'll pour it down your throat. So he said, fine. So he went out and he got the hot lead and he was ready to have it poured down his throat. Then he came back to the Ari'Zal with it, and the Ari'Zal told him, lay down on the ground, stretch out your hands and your feet, close your eyes, open your mouth, and we're going to pour the lead down his throat. So he did everything that he did. What? No, it wasn't for a guy. It was a yid. He said, I'll do tshuva. Tshuva doesn't work by a guy.
No, Sweater is for
what?
What's sweater for?
Kasha for Maisa. It's Asur, Kitza. Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute. Anyways, so what happened was that the Ari'Zal, instead of pouring the lead, after the guy closed his eyes and he said vidui and everything else, so he took the lead and he put it aside and he put inside his mouth honey and something good and sweet. Because he said, I'm not here to kill anybody, but I'm here to put the pachad maves in you, that you should be chayzer b'tshuva. So he poured the honey down his throat like this, he'll be chayzer b'tshuva. And then also, in order for that, he had to have a tikkun. And this tikkun is, why did he have to go through this whole thing? One second, it said, it says a pasuk, I forgot exactly where it is, it says a pasuk that when a person does an Aveira Behai Alma, so that Aveira, even though the Aveira, you got a kapara on it, but the Aveira comes with you, La'asid Lavai also. So therefore you have to have it do 100% tikkun, so it shouldn't come with you. Right?
He says, that he is similar Chazal Dash in this world.
Right, that's the same idea. Okay, so now to talk a little bit about the psukim. Too many stories, but okay. It says Vayar. I'm just going to say a few short things. It says Vayera El of Hashem, right? So as you know, we learned that there's a hashpa, a hevel hayotzei mei ha'inayim, right? There's a hevel hayotzei mei ha'inayim, eyes and chaytim peh, and the eyes madrega is hevel hayotzei mei einayim. So this is what it says, Vayar, and it says right afterwards that the Rebbeinu Shalom took out the shemesh k'chaim hayom. So you can see from here that the Rebbeinu Shalom took out this madrega of Eires Einayim, which with a shemesh marpeh has the ability to bring a refuah shalema to Avraham Avinu. So that's why he sat outside k'chaim hayom. Why? Because he wanted to sit by the sun, and then is Vayera Elav Hashem, right? And through that, he was able to get a refuah through those Eires Einayim that Rebbeinu Shalom was looking at him. That's one zach. Weiter steht, it says, Vashem Pokad es Sarah. So, Rizal asks the Kasha, why does it say by Sarah Vashem Pokad? And by Rachel, it says the Lashon Zechira. What does one have to do with the why he has Pokad? So he says, as Avart, that by who was born from Sarah? Yitzchak. Yitzchak was Midas Hadin, right? So Midas Hadin is always Mitzad and Nekeva. So therefore it used the Lashon Nekeva, Hashem Pakad, the Lashon Nekeva, right, by Sarah. And Masha'en came by Rachel, where Yosef was Keneged Yisaid, and Yisaid is always Zachar. So therefore it used Lashon Zechira, because it's Keneged Yisaid. And also you see what's the relationship, so to speak, because it says in the pasuk b'chachma yosar aretz, and you see from there that the chachma and the bina are in one place, and it says kainem shamayim b'tfuna, so the chachma and the bina work hand in hand. That's the abba and the ima; they all work hand in hand. By them working hand in hand, so you see that the Yitzchak and the Yosef, which is the Zachar and the Keva, were working hand in hand, and that was also Rachel and Sarah. Also, it says that Hashem Pakad es Sarah. So, why does it use the lashon of Pakad? So, Efshaloimar, we know that it says Hapaseach Shar l'Daifke b'tshuva, right? That if somebody is Daifik b'tshuva, so then the Rebbeinu Shalom is Paseach Shar. We also know, I think I said this, I told you this last night, when a person has blood pressure, what's it called? It's called Daifik, right? It means it's constantly beating. Why is it constantly beating? To show you could go straight. Why does it have to beat your heart? It could just be like a machine. Answer is, because that you should appreciate the kol rega v'rega, just like your heart is beating every minute, it could stop beating every minute, right? That's called a Daifik. So, but it also, because the Daifik means that they're always knocking on the door, Rebbeinu Shalom, give me chiyus, give me everything that I need. That's the Daifik. Therefore it says, Hashem Pakad es Sarah, Pakad is Oisi is Daifik. So therefore, since Sarah Imenu was Daifik on the Dlasis of Kodesh Brichu, therefore she got the answer that she was looking for. The stage, there was a schira that there could be, she was mourning it als the schus. Okay, and noch ein Zach, it says that there was Sarah, Rachel, and Chana, were both, all three were Akaras, and they all got I'm not sure exactly what the type of Pakad means, I don't know what level of having a baby that was, it was just a psura, I don't know exactly what it was, but either way, all three of them got the Pekida on Rosh Hashanah. So, what does Rosh Hashanah have to do with anything? Why is it working this way? So we know that on Rosh Hashanah is Hayom HaRasaylam. What's Hayom HaRasaylam? That is on the higher madrega of our Olam is works with balance, Tov and Ra. Eitz Hadas, Tov and Ra. Right? And Olam, in the higher Olamas, in the Gimel Rishonim, it's Kulei Tov. That's why we have no musag in the Gimel Rishonim, because there's no balance. We only live with balance. That's how we live. Everything that has no balance, so there's no shlitas ra in those elamas. Therefore, on Sarah, Rachel, and Chana, they had achizas chitzainim. The bad people or the bad things were misaches in them, and therefore they couldn't have children. So therefore they were brought up on a day of Rosh Hashanah, which is the day of Hayom HaRasaylam, which is a pchina of the Gimel Rishonim, and then there was no achizas chitzainim. And that's why they were able to, they were in a makam of kulei tayv, and that's why they were able to have Yana Pekida. May we all be zeicha to reach such madregas and get everything we want and need.